In the bustling heart of India, where the streets are alive with the sounds of honking rickshaws, vendors calling out their wares, and the aroma of street food wafting through the air, comedy finds its way into the everyday lives of ordinary people. You know, it's fascinating how humor weaves itself into the fabric of our daily routines. It's almost like a secret language that we all speak, even if we don't realize it. Take a moment to think about it. When you step out of your house in the morning, the first thing you encounter is a cacophony of sounds. The neighbor's dog is barking, the milkman is shouting, and somewhere in the distance, a train whistles. It's like a symphony of chaos, and amidst this chaos, we find humor. Let's start with the quintessential Indian family. Picture this: a mom, a dad, 2 kids, and a grandparent or 2 thrown into the mix. Every day is a comedy show, whether we realize it or not. The mom, with her endless list of chores, is like a superhero, juggling everything from cooking to cleaning to keeping the kids entertained. And then there's the dad, who, despite being exhausted from a long day at work, somehow manages to find the energy to crack jokes that only he finds funny. "Why did the tomato turn red?" he asks. And as expected, the kids roll their eyes. "Because it saw the salad dressing." Cue the groans, but that's the beauty of it. It's not about the punchline, it's about the shared laughter, the eye rolls, and the collective sighs that make these moments memorable. Now, let's talk about the kids. Oh, the kids! They are like tiny comedians in their own right. They have this uncanny ability to observe the world around them and turn the mundane into the extraordinary. Just the other day, my niece came home from school and announced that she had learned about the solar system. In her innocent enthusiasm, she declared, "Did you know that Jupiter is the biggest planet? It's like the giant of the family." Adi. And then she proceeded to compare her dad to Jupiter, saying he was the biggest in the house. The dad, caught off guard, laughed sheepishly, while the mom rolled her eyes. "Yes, but he's also the most clueless." It's these little exchanges that remind us how humor can bridge generations, how laughter can diffuse tension, and how, in the end, we're all just trying to navigate this crazy thing called life together. And then there are the relatives. Ah, the relatives! Every family has that one uncle who thinks he's the funniest person in the room. You know the type. He arrives at every family gathering with a bag full of jokes, the kind that make you cringe and laugh at the same time. "Did you hear about the guy who lost his left arm and leg in a car crash? He's all right now." The room erupts in laughter, not because the joke is particularly funny, but because it's a rite of passage. It's a shared experience, a moment that bonds us as a family, even if it's through groans and eye rolls. Now, let's not forget about the everyday struggles that we all face. The daily commute is a comedy in itself. Whether you're crammed into a local train, sandwiched between a school kid with a backpack that seems to have a life of its own and an elderly lady clutching her grocery bags, or stuck in a traffic jam with a honking symphony of cars around you, there's always something to chuckle about. I mean, have you ever noticed how people react to being stuck in traffic? You have the guy in the car next to you who's passionately singing along to the radio, completely oblivious to the chaos around him. And then there's the couple in the back seat, arguing over directions, while the driver looks like he's about to lose his mind. It's like a live-action sitcom unfolding right before your eyes. And speaking of traffic, let's talk about the art of bargaining. Whether you're at a local market or a fancy mall, haggling is an integral part of the Indian shopping experience. There's a certain thrill to it, a dance of words where both the buyer and seller try to outsmart each other. I once witnessed a classic exchange between a vendor and a customer. The customer, with a straight face, asked for a discount on a pair of shoes. The vendor, equally serious, replied, "Madam, these shoes are like my children. I can't just give them away." Without missing a beat, the customer shot back, "Then let me take them for a trial run. If they fit, I'll consider buying them." The laughter that ensued was infectious, and in that moment, a simple transaction turned into a shared joke that brightened everyone's day. And let's not overlook the role of festivals in our lives. Festivals in India are a riot of colors, sounds, and, of course, laughter. Each festival comes with its own set of traditions, and amidst the rituals, there's always room for humor. Take Diwali, for example. It's a time for family gatherings, delicious food, and, inevitably, some hilarious mishaps. I remember one Diwali when my uncle attempted to light a firecracker and ended up setting off a chain reaction that sent everyone running for cover. As the smoke cleared, we all burst into laughter, and he sheepishly declared, "Well, that's one way to make an entrance." It's moments like these that remind us how laughter can brighten even the most chaotic of situations. And then there's the world of social media, which has transformed the way we share our humor. Platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok have given rise to a new generation of comedians who draw inspiration from everyday life. You can find content creators who take the simplest of situations, like a trip to the grocery store or a family dinner, and turn them into hilarious sketches that resonate with millions. It's incredible how a relatable moment can transcend boundaries, connecting people from different cultures and backgrounds through the universal language of laughter. I mean, who hasn't watched a video of someone mimicking the antics of an overbearing aunt or a quirky neighbor and thought, "That's my life"? But let's not forget that humor can also serve as a powerful tool for social commentary. Many comedians use their platform to address serious issues, using satire to shed light on societal norms, politics, and everyday struggles. It's a delicate balance, but when done right, it can provoke thought while still making us laugh. Take a look at some of the stand-up specials that have gained popularity in recent years. Comedians tackle everything from gender stereotypes to the absurdities of modern life, all while keeping the audience in stitches. It's a reminder that laughter can be both entertaining and enlightening, a way to challenge perspectives while still bringing people together. And speaking of bringing people together, let's talk about the magic of shared experiences. Whether it's watching a cricket match with friends, attending a wedding, or simply gathering around the dinner table, these moments are often punctuated by laughter. There's something about being in a group, sharing stories, and reminiscing about the past that creates an atmosphere of joy. I remember a family reunion where we all sat around recounting embarrassing childhood stories. The more we laughed, the more we realized that these moments of vulnerability are what truly connect us. It's a reminder that we're all human, that we all have our quirks and flaws, and that it's perfectly okay to embrace the chaos of life with a smile. As we navigate through the ups and downs of everyday life, it's essential to find humor in the little things. Whether it's a funny meme that pops up on your feed, a joke shared between friends, or a spontaneous moment of laughter with family, these instances remind us to not take life too seriously. After all, life is a roller coaster filled with unexpected twists and turns. Embracing the humor in our experiences can make the ride a lot more enjoyable. So, the next time you find yourself caught in a mundane situation, take a moment to pause and look for the humor in it. Whether it's the way your neighbor struggles to park his car or the ridiculousness of a long queue at the bank, there's always something to chuckle about. Because at the end of the day, laughter is not just a reaction. It's a way of life. It's the glue that holds our relationships together, the balm that soothes our worries, and the spark that ignites joy in our hearts. So let's embrace the comedy of everyday life, celebrate the absurdity of it all, and continue to share those moments of laughter that make this journey worthwhile.